Hey everyone, thanks for joining. My name is John, software engineer with 10 years of experience, and today we are working on Aria's Tale. Aria's Tale is a generative AI experiment in storytelling. So it's a narrative game world. It also is an RPG, specifically a TRPG, like a tabletop role-playing game like Dungeons and Dragons. And we are implementing currently a TCG form, trading card game. So you can think of like Magic the Gathering or Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or even baseball trading cards. Is the donation website done? Yeah, it's basically done. It's basically done. So for Aria's Tale, you can go to ariastale.com. And by the way, we are officially working on the TCG today, but unofficially, if you want to turn it into a play session, let me know and we can pivot. If enough people in the chat call for that, we'll switch over. Can I check it out now? No, you cannot. The donation platform is closed source. But you can check out Aria's Tale. Okay. So to implement the TCG, we have this GitHub issue. All right, and we're working on structured images, and this pull request is what we'll be working on. So going to open up VS Code, close the other stuff we were working on. And yeah, this random TSX is related. Oops, didn't mean to minimize that. So let me navigate over. Command P, random TSX, here we are. And we're going to clean this up. And what this does is this presents a random image. So to make a trading card, first we have a collection of art. That's just a list of images. And they are currently located in the public folder under searchable images. Here's an example of a trading card art. We would like to take this art and do two things to it. First of all, we would like to put it in the database. Second of all, we would like to have it wrapped with a card, including the title of the card and the card effect and all of that stuff. But it sort of starts with this image. Thanks for the follow. Quick reminder, I'm streaming to YouTube and Twitch. If you're on TikTok and you'd like to see the full screen, check the link in my bio. So we have this art. Here's another one. All right, and we're going to take these cards and take these images and turn them into cards. But before we go to the card step, I wanted to just have an image gallery. And so that's what the random thing does, is it just shows a random image from the gallery. So how do you pick a random image? You need to have the data in the database first. I could put an arbitrary number here. Actually, that's what I did. So we could do that. But what I'd prefer to do is get the image data into the database and then do a query to pick a random image. That will allow me to get some image metadata at the same time, such as the image title, for example, and it will get us much closer to the end state of having a game card, because the playing card needs a structural relation to the image. And so you can see I've done some database work here. Couldn't you just do this in Google Docs? No, you could not. Thanks for the follow. So users are going to have cards. So here's a game card. This is basically the second step after this random thing. So currently we're going to work on getting the random page fixed. And then after the image is done, we will be able to basically attach this data to an image. And that's how we can form a playing card. Thank you for the follow. Okay, so let's dive in. So the first thing that we want to do is load the image data. So I'm using Supabase. Let's go over to Supabase. Actually, I have an instance over here on my other browser tab, or like browser window. Okay, so Supabase have a bunch of different databases over there. We're going to switch over to the Aria's Tale DB. And here you can see that we've not yet migrated these new entities. So that's the first step. Let me see, should I be using the package JSON? Migrate, oops, migrate, nope. Prisma DB push, okay. So let's try this. Do I have a package lock? So that means npm. npm run db push. See what this does. Duro says Alt-Shift-F. Don't do that. Don't do that. He's trolling. Okay, it says the database has been synced and the Prisma client has been updated. So let's refresh. Yeah, bam. There are the tables. It formats your code. Hey, Duro, thank you for the follow. Okay, great. So we have these database tables in here now. But now I would like to actually move the images into here. And I'm actually not sure how to do that. Do we want the image to be represented? I think we can just leave it in the repository for now. So we could actually store the images in Supabase, or we could leave them in GitHub and reference them. And I think that I already thought about this. So I'm looking at my searchable image entity, and here's the image URL. So the image URL will support either pattern, and the image URL could point to GitHub if the images are stored over there, or it could point to Supabase if the images are stored over there. Since they're already in GitHub, let's start with that, and we can always pivot if needed. But that seems to be the simpler step forward. Okay, so here is Prisma. We have our schema. Now we're going to make a seed file. Should this be TS or JS? Let's try TS. And if it screams, then we will. Oh, look at that. GitHub Copilot gave me a funny little thing. So here I will seed. I'm going to look at some reference code. I'm going to look at the laterally packaged JSON. Here I seed, and I'm seeding with Blitz. Okay. So because we're in T3 stack, we don't have that same operation. So let's make a new script, seed, and yeah, TS node is what GitHub Copilot suggests. I'm probably gonna use that, but first I'm gonna try Prisma help to see if I have Prisma seed. npm run seed. Alex, what are you working on today? We're working on a trading card game. So we're taking images. So here's one of the images. ariastale.com is the website, by the way. So we want these images to populate an image gallery, and then we also want to bind them to abilities like card abilities, like you know, your Pokemon cards or your Yu-Gi-Oh cards or whatever. Moonjunes, thanks for the follow. Okay, so the Prisma help command outlined these, and there's no seed built into Prisma. So we will do what Copilot suggested. I don't know that I have TS node installed, so this will probably fail, but let's try it. Trading. Yeah, trading card game. Like you can trade your cards. Like collectible cards. So one thing that I could do is write it as, yeah, I could write it as node, but I don't want to. I really want to seed. For money. Yeah, yeah, at some point money will be involved, but you can also just trade for free, right? Like I can trade you my 2 cards for your card or something like that. But then I can also go buy a pack of cards. These are both options, right? So I'm going to refer to laterally again. And do I have TS node in here? TS node TypeScript. Basically, I'm trying to figure out if I want to use TS node or one of the alternatives. Let's look at the npm repository. I want to see that number going up. Updated December 8th, so that's fairly recently. But you see the number went down. That's the Christmas bomb, though. So there's always a Christmas dip. There's always a Christmas dip. So that doesn't necessarily mean it's unhealthy. Hey, by the way, if you go sign up at ariastale.com now, everyone who signs up before the like booster pack feature is done will get a free booster pack. I want your system. Yeah, it's a Apple M2 Air. It's pretty good. This seems fine. We have a recent update and we're in the millions of weekly downloads, over 10 million. So this is fine. So I'm going to npm I think it can be a dev dependency. TS node. Okay, so we can see here the package lock file has added, we have TS node and it's been added. Oh, it didn't add it to the dev dependencies. Is it dev deps TS node? I'm going to do this again. I guess, hold on, npm I-D. They're using a capital D and I am TS node. And I'm not, so this might not work. Okay. Okie doke. So that time we installed it correctly. Just move it, bro, opt down arrow. No, I wanted to get the command right. I didn't want to manually move it. All right, so let's npm run seed. Unknown file extension. Maybe it's because I don't have a TS config, do I? Let's see. TS config. I do, so why is it telling me unknown extension? Might be, here, let me try it this way. TS node version. Nope. npx TS node version. Okay. npx is going to run TS node like right now, basically. Prisma seed TS. Unknown file extension. We got it again. Thanks for the lightning bolt. Unknown extension TS. Definitely should not be happening. We'll ask GPT about this momentarily. Let me read through here real quick. Maybe I need this loader thing. I don't think I should though. Oh, maybe I need the project flag. Okay, let me do the project flag. So we'll do TS node project, and our project is tsconfig.json. And then I don't know that we need the // but we'll leave that for now. It might not hurt anything. Gonna npm run seed. Workspace, Aria's tail, RPG, then Prisma, then seed. Yeah, so the path is correct. All right, time to ask GPT. I don't know why that's causing trouble. Are you running your terminal from root? I don't think so, but I think it is an admin. Yeah, so it's my personal user, but it is an admin. Oh, it needs it globally installed. So TypeScript is installed. Oh, is it because I'm in this venv? Let me deactivate. Nope. I mean, from the root of the project structure. Yeah, I'm at the root of the folder, yeah. I guess it just needs TypeScript globally installed. I didn't realize that. I thought it could be installed in dev.deps. Okay, you don't need it globally installed. I didn't think I did. Let's also look at the T3 stack. Docs. Okay. This looks like a better way to do it anyway. We recommend TSX. Doesn't require any ESM configuration, but TS node or other runners will work as well. Okay, maybe we should try this TSX instead of TS node. Let's look at the NPM for this. Updated more recently than TS node, but it's used less often, but the growth curve is also up on a better trajectory. Node doesn't understand TS by default. What about TS.node? I'm using TS, so it's TS-node, not TS.node. But I'm using TS-node already. TSX is not just for TypeScript. It also helps node load module type packages. So this could be the reason that it works better with the T3 stack. If T3 is doing some, yeah, that's fine. Don't fight the stack. Don't fight the stack. So it's npm i-d tsx. Okay. Thaddeus, thanks for the follow. Awesome name, by the way. Okay, so we're going to add this Prisma block right here to our package.json. TSX Prisma seed. I don't really like this right here. Thanks, I'm starting a coding bootcamp on the 17th. Awesome. Keep us in the loop. Let us know how it goes. DB seed. I'm going to do this with a colon to keep the idiom consistent. Okay, so we got DB seed. I don't think that I want this. I don't want this. I don't want this node dev thing. I want to control that with my env files. Okay. npm run seed. What am I missing here? Oh, so this is going to call the TSX, and I already installed TSX, so we should be good. npm run seed. What the hell, man? What the hell? TS node. It's still calling this. Do I have two seeds? Ah, yes, because I'm not smart. That's the problem. So I called seed when I should have called db seed. npm run db : seed. Yay! Well, that took us a whole lot longer than it should have, but here we go. All right, so let me uninstall TS node, and we will move forward with TSX, which seems to work better in the stack. Quick review of our package changes. We'll stage that. We'll stage that. And this is going to be feet and knit seed. Okay. Great. Okay, now that we have the seed file, we're going to close others. And we got a lot of work to do now. Import Prisma client. I'm hoping Copilot's going to help me here. Yeah, there it goes. And here I want to Command X, Command Z, Command Shift F, Command V, and I want to look around and make sure that I'm importing it the same way that I do elsewhere. Here I can see that I have dbts. So this is going to be, I think, better. I should probably use this db, which is bound the Prisma client. So I'm going to Command Shift F db. That's a real generic name. That's a pain. How about /db? Yeah, here we go. So this is a case where the db is imported. And so that's an example of how to import it. Great. So this is the client that we'll use. And what do we want to do? Basically, I need a main function. Let's see how, yeah, here they go. This is basically the approach that I want. So they import Prisma here. They don't import DB here. Far be it from me to argue with the docs. Prisma. Yeah, I wonder why they do that. Is the T3 docs wrong here? Prisma seed, here we are. Reading out of our sibling server DB file. Yeah, dang, the docs are wrong here. T3, what are you doing? All right, let me go see if I can edit this page. Samuel, thanks for the follow. Lulu, delightful, thank you for the follow. Okay, so here the problem is that Prisma doesn't exist, so we need it to say DB. Okay. Fix ref DB not Prisma. DB is not exported from. Sorry, Prisma. This is the error fix. All right, we'll see where that goes. Anyway, I'm unblocked. So we can close this. Oh, this has been archived. Bummer. TSX is pretty cool. Let me give them a star. That worked pretty well. Although Prisma recommends TS node, so it's a little weird that T3 wants to use Prisma, but it wants you to use Prisma in a different way. That's very T3. That's very in line with the Theo's community. And I love the guy, don't get me wrong. Shout out to Popped Protein Chips. If y'all want to give me a sponsorship, hit me up. These bad boys have like a bunch of protein in them. All right, so here we are. And what do I want to do? I don't want to do this. I want to create an image, searchable image, okay? Unsafe member upsert. How about create? Unsafe call of any typed value. Nope, you shouldn't be any typed. Oh, do I need to do dot Prisma? No, what's going on, dude? Why are you saying it's any typed? Const foo is db dot find, or like db dot searchable image dot find many. So it's going to be a Prisma or a promise. That's fine. Let's await. Unsafe assignment of an any value. No, you are strongly typed, my dude. Look, you know your own type. What's going on here? Unsafe assignment of an any value. So here's the type. I really shouldn't have to do all this. Why is it being such a pain? See, you know your type, dude. Like, what are you talking about? All right, let's ask GPT again. Oh,
do I just need to generate? But I went into node modules and it was there. That's fine. We'll still do a generate. Prisma generate. npm run Prisma. What is it? We can do npx Prisma generate. Okay. It was already here, but like, fine. I should not have to do this, and I don't want to do that. That's like a huge red flag to me. Restart the TS server. Yeah, maybe so. It seems like there's like an ESLint plugin problem. Okay, so it has the type here. VS Code sees the type. Yeah, the problem here is ESLint. Problem here is ESLint. Okay. Let me look at this. VS Code correctly finds the type using IntelliSense. The issue is ESLint for some reason. Here is my ESLint config.
Did that fix it? Cannot read file. Nope, that didn't fix it. What's going on here? So, are you aware of server? Nope. Workspace ts config. Okay, so it's trying to, it's assuming single root, isn't it? So this this ESLint config assumes a single root project. Jerry, what's up, Jerry? Yeah, so since I'm using multi-root, that's creating the issue. What do I do over here? Source type module. Yeah, the blitz config makes this a whole lot easier. Why are we using CJS? No, the ESLint does not yet support ESM configuration at this time. Yeah, no, this is like a bad stack choice. This is a bad stack choice to be using CJS, MJS, and TS together. This is it's a stack choice to use unstable technologies. The Blitz approach is way better here. The Blitz approach is way better here. And look, this is like already deprecated. Okay, well, this is a reason not to use T3 stack next time around. We can make it work, but this was not good. Maybe I should change it from CJS to JS. Maybe I should just change it. All right, let's do one of these. That feels drastic. I could just rip the Blitz config. I could just use the Blitz config. I have half a mind to do that. Feel free to reconfigure them to your own preference. Okay, cool. I'm glad you said so, because my preference is that I don't want any of this, I think. How much am I going to break if I just do this? All right, let's see. Let's see how much I can break. So I cannot install the singular package, it seems. I have to install like the whole. I can't just take the Blitz style rules. That's a bummer. Yeah, that seems like a really bad idea. So I think I'm going to copy it from here. So let me roll back what I did over here. How long have you been writing that code out for? I just copied this over like 2 minutes ago. Which code are you referring to? The whole project? We've been working on this project for like 2 weeks, I think. All right, so we can't read the tsconfig.json. So let's go over there. tsconfig.json. And the issue is because it's including this, and now you're including this. Bam. So let's see if it works now. Nope. Yeah, that was a bad choice, basically. All this stuff that comes with it is not in the T3 stack. Bummer. All right, we'll go back to the T3 way. So what do we do? ESLint was configured to run on this. However, that tsconfig does not include this file. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. So that should be fixed now. Okay, so that issue went away. What's wrong with this parser options project? I think this is fine because it is resolving, because it detected when it said that file is not including this file, so it could detect its self-inclusion. So I don't think there's a reference problem there. Ensure ESLint is using the correct TypeScript version. Okay. That's not the problem. The only one that I can see is the unusual patterns because it's CJS. Who is the any here? None of them are any.
Yeah, I don't think these other flags are needed. Dude, I don't care how dumb your parser is. There's no way this is an any. Let me try and use this in a non-seed file. I'm very close to just like ignoring this ESLint rule. Okay, so let me close to the right here. Let's go to my TRPC. So from here, DB is never interrogated. Saying the same thing here also. All right. And why is it giving this strange type here? It's saying it's a Prisma promise of this object. I'm expecting to tell me that it's a promise for a list of searchable images.
Okay. So it's the same thing. It's just not using the type name. It's showing the properties. That's fine. So now that I've done this, do I get to uncomment this? No? I have no idea why it thinks that's an any type. So, all right, we're just gonna delete it. I shouldn't have to comment the below rule. All right, anyway, let's go ahead. That's wasted way too much time. So searchable images are right here. We want to do a create. This is a find many. So now we need a seed file, basically. I could put this in the CTS directly. Why not, right? What kind of search are you doing? So users should be able to search on the description, the title, or the tags. And maybe by associated card too, maybe. Yeah, I guess I do want to go ahead and type it. Like, what's the benefit of putting it in a raw JSON file? Interoperability, but interoperability with what? So I guess it makes sense to have the data.ts right here. So here's the seed and the seed data. Like exact text, or are you doing the whole vector DB shenanigans? For now, exact text, but I'm open to vectoring in the future. That'd be a cool idea. Here, let's add that to the backlog. Okay, I think that's fine. What is he complaining about here? All imports in the declaration are only used as types. Use import type. Okay, that's a good one. That's actually a good warning. Okay, let's see. There's going to be 80 of these bad boys. So first, basically we want these. So let's pull up one of these images. Let's go here, for example. And I do want the IDs to match. Yeah, I don't think I want to auto increment these. Yeah, that's fine. By default, it will auto increment, but if I declare it, it should still be good. And tags here, this will do Calum. And then we can say character is or Calum is a battler, I think is the term. Yeah, battler. Tags does not exist in the type. So we could create some tags first. Yeah, let's have some tags. So how do I reference the tags from the images? Basically, I can't. So this will be image data. Where do you host the DB? Is it on Vercel? This is on Supabase. So we'll call these searchable images. There's not going to be a way for me to seed the tag initially. Yeah, there is. All right, so let's do this. Export const tags And that is tag. And then here is a list. And let's do one. This ID name, cool. Thanks, Copilot, good job. So we need the name, and what else do we need? Is printed tag. Can we default this to false? We could, but also we can just specify it. Yeah, this is kind of a bummer. This is kind of a bummer because how do I refer to the tags until after the seed is run? I guess I have to do them one by one. So I have to like go to the over here. And wait for it to resolve. So tags can be a function. Tags can be a function. Searchable images. Okay, so tags, this is going to be a function. Now I'm like changing the whole type here. So I'm going to say, hey, here are the tags, and then you can look them up when they're done. Basically the type is different here. It's not actually a searchable image. It's a searchable image seed. Okay, so the interfaces are different. That's fine. The interfaces are different. So we have type, tag, tag seed, which is not the same thing as a tag. Okay. And that really only tells you if it's printed and the name. Is there anything else it needs? Is printed, is the name. That's it, man. So this is not a list of tags. It's a list of tag seeds. Thanks for the follow. Over here, we have searchable image seed. Okay. And it's allowed to have a list of strings. It's allowed to have a list of strings. By the way, a quick reminder, you can go to ariastale.com and sign up now. You can also follow the official Aria's Tale TikTok and play by comment. So the play by comment form is role playing. It's not TCG, but still you can use the pinned video right there and play a character by comment. And then on ariastale.com, currently, I think you can look at the narrative so far. And in the coming pull request, the font will be improved here to make the headings stick out more. Let's see if we can look at the local version. Yeah, actually, they could stick out even more, couldn't they? Should I underline it? What do you think, chat? Should I just make the letters bigger or should I give it some underline or something? Ooh, thank you. Steak and pasta. You made this pasta?
I did.
You're insane. Yo, wifey made homemade pasta. That's so good. What on earth? So this is XL font. I'm hungry now. Yeah, I don't blame you. This is so good. Yeah, 2XL looks pretty good, eh? All right, let's go ahead and do it. If y'all have design feedback, let me know. If I should shrink the body text, make it an off-white, whatever I should do, add some underline. But I think just going from XL to 2XL improves it, so I'll go with that. I don't want to, yeah, you could, so the Elephantis says that we could ask GPT for UX tips, and that's totally true. I just don't want to get too off track because really I'm concerned about the data stuff. So where's the XL? Da, 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 da. Oh, it's because it's an H3. Okay, yeah. So we can just make these 2 hashes. Okay. So what are we doing here? We're going to chore and disable noisy plugin. Commit that. Here we are going to docs or feature. I don't know. Clearer heading style. Seed data, seed.json. We're not making a seed.json. Roll that back. Seed.ts. This is still not quite ready yet. Seed data. Let's just get one of these bad boys working. Close to the right. So we have Kalem tag, Battler tag. Great. Kalem, Battler, those are going to reference. And let's say that Battler will be printed on the card. All right, so let's make a description of this bad boy. And so this is Caleb as an archmage, Elder Caleb, Archmage Caleb holding a moon staff. Now, will this be on GitHub? So if it's on GitHub, I need to merge the PR so that I have a URL to link to. The bright side of GitHub is there's no file limit. Okay, so we're going to try it. And if it doesn't work, we'll store it in Supabase. So let's go to Aria's tail pull request. For now, we are, I guess, going to use the URL here, and then we'll change it later. Da 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 da. So here's the permalink. Nope, that's not what I want. I want the what are we coding? What's up, the bean? We're making a trading card game. I want the URL to the image. Open in reading mode. What's that? Copy image address. Okay, so this, yep, okay, so this is a URL for it, but it's really dumb and it's not permanent. So later it's gonna be like that, but that doesn't work right now because it's not been merged. And really what I'd like to do is just store the file name and derive or like calculate the URL. That's what I'm going to do. That does look dope. Thank you so much. So we're going to go to the schema. And we have the image URL. We're going to make this optional. And then we're going to have the file name. And that will not be optional. I guess I should just delete the image URL, huh? Let's just delete it. Is there a case where there would be a different image URL versus file name? I'm not thinking of it. We can always add it back later. I'd rather remove it than leave it hanging around because I'm not sure I might need it one day, you know? All right, so we're killing the server. We're doing npm. We're going to do npx prisma migrate. npx prisma migrate dev. I guess we can do db push. We'll generate the new type. Let me stage this schema. Okay, and so now here, I want to have the file name. And I should be able to go here and see that it uses the file name now. Image file name. Yep. Okay, great. So here's the image file name. And in the case of Calum, the image now I get to be a lot more terse. Do you see the advantage? So now I just get to pick this. That's the advantage. The other advantage is if I ever end up moving that folder, it's more portable because I'm just referring to the file name here. Run it. Run the seed file. Let's see, is it quite ready yet? Yeah, we can go ahead and seed one. I wanted to make a few, but sure, yeah, let's do one. Archmage Calum. I don't know what other title to give it besides the description. All right, we'll do 2, and then we'll go ahead and run it. So here's Calum with the time wand this time. Boop. Okay, so we have this data. Now we're going to the seed. We can get rid of all that. Searchable image.create. And I guess this will be upsert, won't it? Just create it if it doesn't exist. Upsert. Can I upsert many? Is there like a bulk upsert? Okay. We also want to do the tags. So this is not going to properly link the tags, but we'll do it. We'll fix 2 by hand. That's not a big deal. Okay, so if we want to run this, npm run seed. db seed. Unknown argument tags. Got it. Yeah. So let's go ahead and map them. So resolved searchable images. What's going to be in that patch payload, I wonder? I think it just tells you if it was successful or not. Yeah, it's just a count. Let's see, I could use memory, get all the tag references in memory. There aren't many tags right now, so that's the easy thing to do, but it's not really scalable. The scalable thing would be to do one image at a time. It's just slower. I think it's fine. We can do that. So we'll create many tags, and then we will loop over the characters. Copilot got that one very, very right. Okay. Let's see if that works. Invalid create many. Okay. What's wrong with it? Already exists. Already exists. Yep. Yeah. We need to pass some kind of like some kind of option. Skip if already exists. Is that going to work? Skip duplicates true. Let's see. Not sure if this is a real thing. Oh, it is. Look at that. Tag create many args. So here's the data. Okay. Create many inputs. Really just name and is printed tags seem to be required. Oh, you know what? We want to skip duplicate by name. Maybe that's the issue. So name should be unique. That's something that was, I think, missed. Also on the game card, it needs to be unique. User game card. This needs to be unique. The description should also be unique. There shouldn't be like two cards with the same description. So the game card's unique. The tag name is unique. The standard deck name can be unique. Poker card name is going to be unique. Oh, I don't know about that. Let's see. Does it have suit? It will be unique per suit, like king, queen, and whatever. Okay, yeah, there's name. It'll be unique per suit. Prepared statement already exists. All right, so let's look at our cards. It looks like the tag is getting made, huh? Yeah. The searchable images are not getting made. Right. So the tags are getting made, and we want to add uniqueness, but we can't. Yeah, we can just we can rebuild the table, but then I'll like lose my users, so that's kind of a bummer. Let's just delete these rows. Maybe that'll fix it. What does it mean prepared statement SO already exists? What are you working on today? What's up, Zaref? I'm working on ariastale.com. You can sign up for free. You can read the lore if you want to. And we are currently trying to build a gallery, an image gallery. And then cards out of that. Connection error. As a software developer, how much attention do you pay to the security of the application? Lots. Lots and lots of security. I thought there would be like a metadata table that includes like failed migrations and stuff. Are you creating this application solo? Yep. I mean, it's open source. You're welcome to contribute. I might need to drop the DB. All right, let's do, so it's not gonna let me migrate. Why? This is like a Prisma error that doesn't make sense. You need to use the direct connection when performing Prisma migrations. Aha. So let's go over here in Supabase. Settings, database. Okay, that's the one. All right. So settings, database. Here's the connection string. We're using node. Let me pull my VS Code off screen. Can't have y'all looking at my password. Sorry. Go to my env file. Ah, it is different. Okay, look at that. I was using the wrong URL. Interesting. Okay. See if it works now. Ooh, okay. Sounds good to me. Let's ignore them. Yay! Hey, common W on the Supabase docs, yo. Supabase for the win. Ran into an issue, Googled the problem, fixed the problem. Okay, so this is feature. Unique constraints. Unique constraints, yeah. Let's commit that. Excuse me. Chore migrate script. We'll use that eventually. We're not going to use that right now, but we'll use it eventually. All right, now let's try running the seed again. Ayo. Allegedly, the seed worked. Now, what do we expect to see before we go check it out? We expect to see 2 tags, one for Calum, one for Badler, and we expect to see 2 image records. They're both Calum Badlers. So they're going to have the same tag references, actually. That's fine. So now we're going to the table editor. We're going to look under the tags. This should be easy. 2 of them. One is printed, one is not. Good, good. And now we're using the name unique constraints, which is going to help us prevent us from ever migrating or uploading bad data. We love that. You had no data in the database. I did have data. I just didn't have these tables populated. So there are users in the database. There's basically auth data. There's auth data in the database, but there are no game cards yet. And so now we have the searchable image. 2 of these. Cool. Archmage Calum holding a moonstaff. Archmage Calum holding the time sight wand. Image file names. Those should also be unique. More unique the better, huh? More unique the better. All the constraints. File name. Thanks for the follow. Let's make the title unique as well. Okay. How long will this project possibly take you to complete? We could be working on this project for 5 years if we want to. It just matters if it interests the community. How long did Yu-Gi-Oh run? It's still running, isn't it? Are they making new episodes? They're still putting out new Pokemon. I hope that 5 years from now, this is still being used. Okay, now this seed might fail. Yep. Okay, create mini. And here it's a find mini, and here it is a create. Let's make this an upsert. I want to create it if it only if it exists. That's an upsert, right? Update an existing row if a specified value already exists, and insert a new row if the specified value doesn't exist. Yep. So what is the argument problem? So it wants all three, basically. Okay. And now my duplicate errors are not a problem. Yay! Look at that little plant green emoji. We love to see it. Ismail says, interesting. How long have you been working on it so far? I think we've been working on this like 2 or 3 weeks. Less than a month. It's open source, by the way. You're welcome to check it out. ariastale.com. Okay, so now we have the upserted seed, and I'm going to run it like 3 times just to prove that I have no duplicate records. Okay, so we still have just the 2. So we're refreshing, we still have just the 2. And now we're going to tag, and we still have just the 2. And this is brilliant. And what I can do now, searchable image, what I can do now is add more data, and I don't need to keep like clearing or anything because it's basically what is it, idempotent? It's safe to run over and over. So let me add another one. So here's the second Calum, and now we want to see the mace troll. Bring on the mace troll, babe. So here we are going to talk about a stereotypical battler, and this is troll. And another thing we can do is go back to Calum and add celestial. So now we need the troll and the celestial tags. Okay. I think this looks good. Oh, we need the stereotypical. You know what? We don't need that because that is a different card property. That's a card property, not an image property. Stereotypical is a card property, not an image property. Okay, great. Now we've got the mace troll. How about the fire elemental, eh? That looks legito, middo. I don't actually care about these IDs really. So here's the mace troll. And this will say a troll strikes an opponent with a mace, with a spiked mace. fire elemental with the ability to create a massive fire shield. Okay, we want to get these file names right. So this is 4-guardian elemental. Guardian elemental, and this will be fire, and this will be elemental. Great. Then over here, this would be 3-maestral. Oop. 3-maestral.png. Great. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is also a battler. Copilot is on one. Let's go. All right, so let's try to run the seed again. Now, one of the things I'm looking for is that, oh, and holding a moon staff. So notice that the titles are not having any like grammatical text. I think I want to keep to that. So one of the things I'll be looking for is that Archmage Calum with a Moonstaff, the title has changed. So the update was successful. And here we can see it was. We can see the title was successful. Clay, what's going on? We are making these searchable images that will then be bound to game cards in short order. Okay, so we have these searchable images now. We can basically move on to doing the back-end logic now. And then I can add the other seeds later. So the feature here, seed, searchable images. Okay. So now let's go to our random. We'll close all random. And I shouldn't have to specify this number. I should be able to get the number from the database. Okay, so we want to find how TRPC is imported. I think it's called API dot. I think it's imported as API. Yeah. This is kind of unrelated, but whatever. It seems easy, so let's fix it anyway. Whoa. This is going to be on the home page let's just make sure that, so these are the dice. Let's just make sure that the dice show up. And we're going to be using this image tag in a few places, so we might as well get it right. Okay. Cool. So we have this narrative showing up, and then we'll go home. This is missing a required width property. All right. What do I use elsewhere? 270, 250. I think I want smaller than that. Is the height also required? Yep. Okay. I also like to have the properties in alphabetical order. So let me move the source down. They look good to me. So we'll use that next image, push that up. And now I am looking for the API. So here it is. So here's my TRPC API. And I don't want to edit this one. Let's see. Server auth DB, maybe this one. Nope. It's wherever routers are. Where are the routers at? Server, API, routers. Yeah. Yeah. So here's the art router. Basically, I want to update the art router. Do you reckon a good way into computing is through apprenticeships? Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. So here's the art router, and I'm going to make a sibling called searchable image router.ts. Okay. Caleb, thanks for the follow. This file is a TRPC router to get searchable images. Let's see what Copilot can do with that. Not much. It's not doing much, is it? So we're going to export this router. Get art roll. We want to say get random image. Public procedure, it's a query that returns a random image. Random searchable image. Okay. Art roll function is such a stupid name. random searchable image. Let's say get random searchable image, and let's say get create random art prompt. Create random art prompt. Not the best name in the world, but I think better than what was already there. What are you working on, by the way? So this is a trading card game, like Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon or Magic the Gathering. It's a whole lot more than that, but that's the easiest way to explain it. So it's also a TRPG game, tabletop role-playing game, like Dungeons & Dragons. Maybe you've heard of Baldur's Gate. So Aria's Tale has its own RPG system and lore and narrative universe. None of the fancy 3D graphics, unfortunately. Maybe one day. Okay, so we have get random searchable image. So let's define that. Okay. Whoa. Bro. So that was so fast, dude. That was awesome. Copilot is getting markedly better in my opinion. Okay, so it went and got the searchable images and then it, calculated the length. So what's wrong with this? Did you forget to use a weight? Well, basically yes. Basically the answer is yes. Thank you for the likes. Yeah, by the way, if you're liking the video, go ahead and follow the page and hit the like button so the algorithm will send it around. Now I don't want a new Prisma client. I would like to do DB right here. Okay. Hell yeah, dude. We're otherwise good to go. Okay, let's see if this works. We'll get rid of the comments that we just used to contextualize get Copilot, basically. So here's the searchable image router. We need to bind the router. I think I'm going to do some Lemonade after this. That sounds awesome. How do y'all feel about Lemonade? So here's the root. We have art, post, and we want what IDE? This is VS Code. VS Code. Clay says bomb. We're here for the Lemonade. Absolutely. So here's the searchable image router, which maybe we can just shorten to image. Command Shift P, TypeScript sort imports Command S. All right. And now we have the app router that has images. And so let's try to use it within our random. This is so garbage in here. Okay. API.image. Cool. Dot get random image. Also, wherever we said get art roll, we're going to change the name of that now because it's no longer correct. Is it? Okay, we just changed the internal name, not the public name. That is something I really like about TRPC is that you're able to change the internal method name without changing the API name. That is really nice decoupling. That is really nice decoupling. Right click, close others. Here we are. We got the random image. We're going to use this query. Cool. What's all this stuff? Do I need that stuff? Sure. If it's loading, if there's an error, that's the most useless message I've ever seen. An error occurred while trying to obtain a random image. Let's do a sob emoji. Did y'all know you could do emojis like that? Okay. Data here is a random image. Okay, let's not do that. I don't want to implicitly bind in any type. So we just have data. So here we're going to say image URL, and then if there's an error or if there's not an image URL. In either case, that's an error, basically. Down here, if there is an image URL, how would there be an art role result without an image URL? Anyway, we don't need to do these conditions at all because we are already filtering. Oh, it's an image not found. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we can do different errors, basically. Let's grab that next image. We can fix it at 300. This is a terrible practice. Okay. That's it to do. Let's see. So we have the title. And we have a paragraph here. Description. Cool. This is pretty close. The difference is we want to refer to GitHub here instead of /images. This is where that long string comes in. No, we're lagging. We don't feel like doing the thing today? Okay. I'm going to copy the image address, TV. Oop, that didn't work. Why didn't that work? That's weird. Copy image address, TV. Yep. All right, here is the moment of truth. Will it blend, or do we need to use Supabase hosting? Let me go ahead and move this down below the is error statement. Random. Oh, bummer. All right. Hostname GitHub is not configured in next. Okay, this could actually be a easy fix, potentially. Next config, we're looking at the Aria's tail version. Okay, so where is the hostname? Hostname. We don't have it. Let's look at a different next config, maybe the one for laterally. None of them? I'm not configuring it with anywhere. Okay. Hey, GPT-4, do this legwork for me. Update this next config file to allow images from the GitHub domain. And the particular domain is, if I know how to use my mouse, blah. So here I'll say, i.e. resolve there. Thanks so much for being here. If you're enjoying the video, throw a like on it, follow the page, send it to your buddy who always said that he wants to code, send it to your other buddy that asked you to build the app for him. Tell him, hey, build it yourself. Just check out laterally.io, which is open source and free and can help you land your first or next programming role. If you're already a super genius, consider contributing and improving our curriculum. And then if you want even more tips to accelerate your career, you can pay what you can to access the advanced checklist instead of the free standard checklist. And your life will be that much better, won't it? Great, perfect time. That was a perfect length of commercial to allow GPT-4 to do its thing. Briggy, we are using VS Code. Yep. That is correct. Cool, very simple change right here. Do I need to restart the server? Maybe. Let's just see. Let's just see what happens. Ooh. Didn't work. It didn't work. Here I'm looking at the source set. And I'm suspicious that that is the reason that it didn't work. Let me kill the server and npm run build. It looks kind of like the source set is expected to be statically available. You know what, dude? What am I talking about? Why am I pointing over to GitHub? I can point in my images folder, can't I? Something is not right. So how would I have an image URL without having data? You wouldn't. If you don't have data, image URL is falsy, but somehow the compiler is not recognizing. All right. Silly compiler. Or do both with one as the backup. What do you mean? What do you mean? Maybe I didn't understand your comment there. Sorry. All right, we're going to try to do this without pointing to GitHub. Check for local image. If it fails, query GitHub. Oh, that's like sicko mode. That's like a great idea. Consider this component. How do I use my local file directory to populate the image tag instead of using a URL? And then I think we should mention the path. The images are located in public / searchable images. Is it camel cased or what? Dash case. Can you help me apply my backend code to a front end? Yeah, possibly. Possibly. I was just talking about this with one of my students today. The main thing you need to be able to do is bind HTML. It's like the main thing. If you already know how to write JavaScript on the back end and like Node, like let's say that you can run a random die roll, right? If you can run a random die roll in Node and print it to the command line, basically all you need to do is bind that to a click handler on a button in HTML, and then you can run that die roll on the front end. It's for a private blockchain. Okay, that's pretty different. Now you're gonna have to pay me money if you want me to endure blockchain. It's not super fun. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is stage my existing code because I'm about to mess it up and I want to be able to look at the difference. So here I've staged the random TSX, okay? Now I Command A, Command V, Command S. Mo says the harder part of the local file technique is deployment, by the way. Make sure to include it in your asset. Yeah, totally agree. I do prefer it to be statically available though. I I think that's going to be super neato. So here's the image URL. And it just refers to it like that. That's great. Amazing. So here, let's do npm run build. The build passed. Let's do npm run start, not dev. Start is going to start a pseudo production server. Oh no, it's still not embedded. Boo! Tomato, tomato, tomato. Oh. What? Is there just something wrong with the fire? Okay. Okay, let's go! Why was it so slow? I don't know. You making a DApp? No, I'm not making a DApp. Oh, never mind. Are these from the DB? They are not from the DB. They're not from the DB. Okay, there's just something wrong with the fire elemental URL. That's the issue we're seeing. You making a DApp or just a game page? Pretty much a game page. Pretty much a game page. There will be collectible cards. Oh, yeah, if you're interested in crypto, maybe you want to turn these into NFT. I'm not going to be doing that soon. Maybe in the future. Let me right click, close up. I'm going to go ahead and commit all this stuff and then we'll do the fix separately. Ta-da! That's so great. I'm so happy about this. Last thing I need to do is fix my Fire Guardian. Fire Guardian. Oh, did I put the words in the wrong order? Guardian, Fire Elemental, Fire Guardian Elemental. You're very organized. Good watch. Peace. Thank you so much, Mo. I appreciate it. Have a good one. Okay. See, I just called it Guardian Elemental. It should be Guardian Fire Elemental. Don't want to offend like all the lightning elementals, the water elementals, fucking earth elementals. Like, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? My bad. My bad. All right, let's go ahead and reseed. And that's not even an ordinary fire elemental, by the way. If you read the narrative, that fire elemental killed itself to save his friends. So I feel really bad about getting his file name wrong. Sorry about that. Command R. Yeah. Now, this is not the most elegant gallery, is it? So I thought about using Chad CN carousel, and I kind of think I still want to, but I feel like we can do that in a different stream. So thanks for being here. That's going to be it for today. Make sure to follow the page. And yeah, if I have energy, then later today. Otherwise, tomorrow or next week or whenever I get to it, we'll be taking these images and making game cards out of them and actually playing the game. By the way, tomorrow there will be an Aria's Tale game session. I was hoping to be able to play the TCG at that session. I think we're going to end up playing the TRPG. But in any case, Aria's Tale lore coming up. get here for the lore. And you know that the chat can influence the game world. So that'll be a lot of fun. Talk to you soon. Bye.